Alright, hello and welcome back to the animation of Kingdom Hearts. We're gonna look at a little bit more of the animation in this game, and I think, maybe, finally, get ourselves to one of the Disney worlds, so we can look at that stuff. So, yay! Can we? Yes? Alright. Fantastic. Alright, I think we are headed to Wonderland. That'll be fun. So while we are flying on our way there, I do actually have one more question from you guys that I think is really interesting and worth talking about. So I had mentioned in one of the earlier episodes that this game, Kingdom Hearts, probably has more animation in it than your average Disney feature film. And that's an estimate on my part. I'm not 100% sure of that, and it's kind of a hard thing to measure for a lot of reasons that I'll go into, but yay, this is fun. But some of you had some questions about that comparison of relative amounts of animation between a Kingdom Hearts game and a Disney film, so I thought I'd go into a little bit more detail kind of explaining that. So first, let's consider your average hour-and-a-half long Disney animated feature film. Hour-and-a-half long runtime, you're gonna have a lot of different characters, and for every single shot in that film, you are probably going to have all unique animation. I mean, there are some times where you can find ways to effectively reuse some assets or some small little pieces of animation or poses or whatnot, but generally, in most every case, all of the animation in a feature film is original and new and specifically created for each one of those shots. I mean, as well it should be. Like, you want these characters to be giving performances that are real and believable and dependent on the context of the scene, and for every shot there are going to be specific actions that the characters need to take for the story and just to stay in character. So yeah, like, the story is entirely the focus in a Disney animated feature, so you're just going to have lots of animation for that. And some shots may be much more complicated than others. I mean, certain shots may have a very complicated physical action that a character's trying to take. Other shots may have just lots of characters in them, and when you got a load of characters, you got to animate all of them. So yeah, so that's what you're expecting from your average Disney feature. For a Kingdom Hearts video game, that lasts roughly 30-ish hours, give or take. I'm sure it may be 20, maybe 40, I'm not 100% sure. You're going to have a lot of animation that is reused regularly. Obviously, they're not making 20 to 30 hours of completely unique animation. That would be kind of ridiculous, but...
Oh, my fur missus! I'm late! Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear! I'm here! I should be there! Oh, I'm late! Oh, the Queen! She'll have my head for sure!
Anyway, but, so for a video game, you've got, well, let's see. I'll just, as a rough guess, let's say they have 3 hours of cutscenes in Kingdom Hearts. It's probably more hours than that, but not all those cutscenes are really fully animated things. Some of them are just characters kind of standing around in their idle poses with their default low resolution face, with just text talking appearing and stuff like that. But let's just say 3 hours of just cutscenes, not factoring in gameplay at all. That is already probably a lot of animation, even if you are building those scenes out from a lot of reusable pieces.
How did he get so small?
No, you're simply too big.
That talks!
Must you be so loud? You woke me up.
Good morning.
Good night. I need a bit more sleep.
Wait, what do we have to do to grow small?
Why don't you try the bottle? Over there.
I love this music. Okay, so let's drink this here. Become small. It's a fun level. With some new enemy types too. But anyway, as I was saying, on top of all the cutscene animations that'll need to be done, you've also got to factor in all of the gameplay animations. Basically, all of the actions that every character can take, the way every character stands, the way every character runs, all of the combat animations, all of the animations for navigating the space, all the animations for general emoting, lots of animations in general. And for every single character and enemy and NPC is everything. Now, the list of animations you need for each character isn't always going to be the same. Obviously, Sora is going to need way more animations for everything that he's going to be able to need to do in the game than just your average enemy Heartless is. But still, they may have to animate characters doing a lot of different things, and they have to make unique animations for every single shot, but they only need to make the animations that are going to appear in that shot, and only animate them for the length of that shot itself. So, by my estimation, and mind you, these numbers will vary depending on the game and the film, and I'm really just making an estimate here, but I'm willing to bet that Kingdom Hearts has a much larger amount of animated content that it requires. There's just a lot of it needed. But because of that huge bulk of content, almost none of it, probably, well, let's just say none of it is going to be animated to the level of polish that you would see in an actual Disney feature. That's really the trade-off there. The game, Kingdom Hearts the game, may have more animation than a Disney animated feature, but none of it is as polished. And it doesn't have to be, because players don't really expect that level of polish. For a Disney feature, you have to animate everything that each character is doing in each shot in the film, and that does end up being a lot, and it has to be very polished, which is the big difference. But for a game, you've got to animate pretty much every single thing that a character might ever be able to do. Which isn't necessarily more work, because, like I said, it's not going to be nearly as polished, so they're not spending nearly as much time on each animation. But in terms of just sheer bulk and quantity, it is a lot of animation. And also, on average, and again, this will vary from studio to studio, game animation teams are going to be a lot smaller than a film animation team. But that's my guess. I mean, I don't know how many animators there were on Kingdom Hearts, but I'm willing to bet it wasn't 100. And it's pretty common for your average studio animated feature at a place like Disney or Pixar or Blue Sky or any of those others to have a team of anywhere from 60 to 100 plus animators working on that one film. Usually because they're trying to get the entire film done and animated in a short amount of time. Maybe like 8 or 9 months, or maybe 6 months in the really extreme cases, or 5. You probably don't want to be on one of those films that has to get an entire thing done in 4 or 5 months. Because that probably means a lot of crunch time. But still, it happens. This is what I get for talking about things and not paying attention to what the game is telling me to do. I end up running in circles. Oh, that's right. Push. There we go. Oh, here we go. Can I hear some Catherine Beaumont? 65-year-old woman.
Court is now in session.
I'm on trial? But why?
Her Majesty, the Queen of Hearts, presiding.
This girl is the culprit. There's no doubt about it. And the reason is because I say so, that's why.
That is so unfair.
Well, have you anything to say in your defense?
Of course. I've done absolutely nothing wrong. You may be queen, but I'm afraid that doesn't give you the right to be so mean.
Silence! You dare defy me?
Hey guys, we should help her out.
Blah, blah, blah.
We're outsiders, so wouldn't that be muddling?
Blah, 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 blah.
Oh, yeah. And that's against the rules.
The court finds the defendant guilty.
So yeah, looking at this cutscene here, looking at the characters being animated, there's lots of animation happening in this scene, and it is kind of roughly in the Disney style, and characters are being animated similarly to how they would be in their films, kind of. But none of it is anywhere near as polished or detailed or intricate as what you would see in a Disney animated feature. which is just a necessary trade-off. Because animating characters to a Disney level of polish takes a lot of time.
That's nonsense. Have you any proof?
That's a pretty funny series of cuts. Have you any proof? Clang. So like I was saying, I mean, looking at that cutscene, looking at shots of characters talking and delivering their dialogue, looking at the lip sync animation for their dialogue, none of that looks anywhere near as good as what you will see in a Disney film. I mean, some of that lip sync alone, it's not great lip sync animation. Like looking at the Queen's lip sync in a couple of these shots, it's just really like mouth and lips moving all over the place, kind of over animated and sort of floaty, and it's not great looking. And looking at the animation and cutscenes across the full length of this game, it's never going to look as good or as polished as you would see in a Disney feature film. At no point is it going to. The animators working on this game would not be given the time required to animate to that level of polish. But the fact that they have to animate so much content, so many cutscenes, so many actions that every character can take, and that they manage to at least make it kind of evoke the feel of a Disney animation, even if it doesn't reach nearly the same level of intricacy or detail, I find that impressive still. It may be that in this series I have largely been very lenient or forgiving of game animation imperfections. I don't know, part of it is just because in many cases I know I couldn't do much better, and I understand the limitations these animators would probably have to work under. I don't know, I have a hard time deciding whether I should be super nitpicky like I would be looking at animation in a film, or whether I should account for the fact that game animators are usually working under pretty different schedules and circumstances, which itself is a tough balancing act, because I don't know the exact circumstances a lot of these games were animated in. Anyway. That's right, we got a rock. Need to become large and move the rock. Let's see. Yep, can't grab that. Okay. Whoop. Hey, back here. Ow, that was poorly done. Oop. Boy, they really do drop you close to that edge. Oh, okay. Here, don't fall off. Yay. Okay. That's 2 pieces of evidence down. Where are 3 and 4? Whew. Okay, I got a bit of a jump here. Not sure I can make it. I'll try, though. Don will get out of the way. Oop. Okay, yeah, alright. Got all 4 pieces of evidence. Didn't expect I would manage that. Cool. Oh yeah, we haven't really looked at the spell casting animation yet. So let's have a look at that. So let's cast fire at this thing. So what's he do?
See ya.
Huh.
Fire. Fire.
All right, kind of basic, but he's kind of raises the keyblade and then shoots fire from the end of it. I wonder if Blizzard looks any different.
See ya.
Nope, that's pretty much the same. All right, so not the most interesting spellcasting animation, but it works. I wonder if any of his other ones end up being different down the line. They might be. In Kingdom Hearts 2, they add a combat mechanic where Sora can take on other forms, like red, blue, yellow, and they each have different abilities and powers that they emphasize, and they all move around in different ways too, which is really cool and feels kind of awesome. So, I guess even if we did play Kingdom Hearts 2 at one point, we probably wouldn't get late enough in the game to see that, but still, it's really awesome looking. Alright, let's see one more cutscene before we finish this here. See if there's anything else interesting animation-wise. Mind if I stand on your podium? I have evidence. Oh, I guess I talked to Alice. Oop, let me down. Let me down. Stop grabbing. Stop grabbing. It's kind of a fun little animation on its own. Just dangling. Yeah, see, like, you see how many different animations there are that you don't really even think about that have to be made for each character. Like, this little cycle here is yet another animation that Sora needs to have. Who do I talk to turn this evidence? Oh, you. Cool. All right. It's fun if you've watched the films that these worlds have come from. It's fun catching all of the little references to the original films. Oh, that's really... I'm actually going to stop and talk about just the animation themselves here, because this is a really nice approximation of the way that the playing cards in the film animated. Oh, I love their little getting knocked out. Softly drifting to the ground. Oh, that's really nice. Especially for a kind of enemy that you will only ever see... I think this is like the only fight that involves them. So I guess they're kind of like collectively a mini-boss. Oh, that's really cool though. Oh yeah, good on them. This playing card animation stuff is really successful. Oh, stop hitting me. Oh, let's try using some of this magic, huh? Fire! Have a blizzard! Oh, that's right, I was supposed to be hitting this thing. There's one. Here's... leave me alone. Come on. Stop hitting me. There we go. It's two. Donald, get up. They probably didn't need to code the queen so that she says her line over and over and over. You run into a lot of that in boss fights in this game. And in Kingdom Hearts 2, actually, come to think of it. Is there another one I'm missing? Oh, I guess I just hit the thing itself now. Come on. I'm breaking it. There we go. Money. Huh, that was weird. Fight didn't end when it was supposed to. Notice how they tried to cleverly avoid having to animate the cloth at all. Yeah, they may never hit the polished level of a Disney animated feature, but you get the idea. Alright, I think that's enough Kingdom Hearts animation. I think I've pretty much exhausted what I can talk about for now. Unless you guys ask some more really good questions that cause me to come back to it, but I think we are long overdue to talk about a new game, so join me next time when we're talking about a new game. And we'll start talking about those 12 principles of animation that I mentioned. So see you then.